Are you ready? If you're not down with that, we got 2 words for ya. What's up? I'm awesome. Hello, ladies. Hey, ladies. Hey, really? Really? Oh, yeah. Yes. Yowie, wowie. Like mom. Baby. To believe that.
We're really glad that you're our friend, but this is a podcast that will eventually end. Don't worry. Hey everybody, my name's John from the Two Words Podcast, and this here is Radio Matt, and we are finally back with the Two Words Podcast.
Woo, okay.
That's better.
I like it.
Gosh, the orange just it sits on you, you know? Just seeps into you. Well, welcome everybody to the Two Words Podcast. Sorry, we've been doing some nerd history stuff. So if you haven't checked out our episodes on WrestleMania from the Nerd History Podcast, the last was it 4 episodes?
4 episodes, 10 WrestleManias an episode we covered.
Yeah. Go back and check those out. We go over we just kind of cover everything.
Every single
We
bit.
cover 40 years of WrestleMania. Isn't that crazy? But today, here starts WrestleMania weekend.
Woo! WrestleMania 41.
WrestleMania 41.
So excited.
I can't believe they're doing another one after last year.
How can you top it?
Could have just stopped, but you didn't. We're going to be talking about our WrestleMania 41. We're going to be talking about our predictions for that, getting ready for the weekend. But first, hey yo, we haven't done this in a while, and we've got a lot.
Do you have 87 news things too?
I don't have 87 news things. I narrowed it down to about 5.
You have 5? I have 3.
And I really kind of stretched out for the 5 because I forgot to be taking notes the last 6 months. We're sorry that we abandoned you. It's just our lives just got really just hectic.
It's schedule and kid related, essentially.
At one point, I texted Matt and said, "Hey, what if we didn't do it this semester?" And I could almost feel the sigh of relief through the text from Matt, and was like, "That would be wonderful."
Not that I don't love you, but
no,
golly, life is hard at the moment.
Yeah, life is hard. Man,
we can blame our daughters.
Yeah, our
for
daughters
part of it.
are jerks, man. No.
Jerks who
they're
will
wonderful.
not leave.
They're the absolute
house.
They're the absolute best thing that's ever happened to either one of us. But first, so I guess we just start with the biggest one. Hey, yo, Raw's on Netflix. How we feeling?
Let me put it in 3 succinct words. I don't care. It's a little different, and they're really bringing their Netflix celebrities in.
Yeah, that's the big thing for me.
That's weird.
This is almost 2011 again, where like every single episode had like a celebrity
host.
Yeah, and it was very, very strange. Like when we had Bob Barker, William Shatner.
Episode.
Is that the episode where we got William Shatner singing all of the WWE theme songs? It's time to play the game.
I don't remember that, but now I have to go.
Oh, it was the best. Yeah, I'll tell you, I don't dislike it because it feels very big. It feels very like
it does feel big, especially that first one they did.
The first one felt huge. The packaging is really, really great. It's very clean. It's designed well. My biggest problem is one of, I think, personal taste. I hate the ring mat.
Oh, because it looks more like a UFC kind of.
Yeah, I just got all these advertisements.
That is probably my least favorite.
And I don't like the black because it makes the entire show feel it feels like a much darker show to me.
Yeah.
Just lit very fun. But like when you put all these advertisements, I don't know. Do you remember in the late 90s, early 2000s, the Dana Carvey show?
The
Dana Carvey sketch show?
The Diet Mug Root Beer.
Yeah.
Dana Carvey show?
Yeah. And there's and you can find the people in the show reacting to it, but it was in the documentary about it when they showed an advertisement for Home Improvement, and it was the one where Randy found out he was getting cancer, and that trailer ended with, "I don't want to die, Dad." It's like, on a very special Home Improvement, followed by the Diet Mug Root Beer Dana Carvey show. And that's what this feels like. It feels like it's like
that was the greatest documentary, by the way. I never even watched that show, but
it was so much fun.
That was a great documentary.
But it's and now presenting Shinsuke Nakamura and Kevin Owens in the Wingstop Slobber Knocker in the Wingstop Sauce Match or something, something dumb, and just I don't really like that.
I don't like branded matches.
Yeah.
I prefer when it comes to beef with this kind of stuff, I'm much more okay with the ring mat having stuff on it than I am. Yeah. This is the Cinnamon Toast Moji Rey Mysterio High Flyers match. Like, what the heck are we doing? The worst Mountain Dew Pitch Black.
Yeah, that was the worst. That was the most egregious of them all. And y'all know it.
Oh, what a horrible way for Bray Wyatt to come back to.
And I just I just don't like and
but it's
like
those sign of the times,
the Monday Night Raw a couple weeks ago when they had Tony Hinchcliffe on commentary, but he said absolutely nothing.
Yeah,
he was just sitting there. And every once in a while, I'd be like, "Hey, Tony," and he'd be like, "Yeah," and that was because Kill Tony's on Netflix, and we get it. Yeah. That's great. He's hosting a WrestleMania roast. That'll probably be really funny.
We had Bert Kreischer. I don't know how you
Bert
say
Chrysler.
Bert Chrysler. It's Merry Chrysler. Was
Bert Kreischer.
on. Yeah, Bert Kreischer was on this past Monday.
Yeah,
and
because he's got his new Netflix special, Lucky.
2 Mondays from now from where you're listening. But yes, that was at least a funny moment with Otis. Yes. Like, as long as they make it a funny bit, I'm much more.
But can I tell you that taught me something?
Ooh.
That Grayson Waller and Austin Theory might be 2 of the most talented wrestlers on the roster.
Oh yeah,
because if you've seen where they it was like after Raw and Austin Theory and Grayson Waller were doing something, and Bert Kreischer got into the ring or started hassling them.
Yeah,
and he jumped over the barrier, and CM Punk came out and did something, and then Bert Kreischer got into the ring. CM Punk threw Austin Theory at Bert Kreischer, and Kreischer caught him and did a choke slam, and then he did the same thing to Grayson Waller, and it was 2 things simultaneously: Bert Kreischer giving the absolute worst choke slam that you've ever seen, and Austin Theory and Grayson Waller making it look spectacular. And I'm a Bert Kreischer fan. Don't come at me, Bert. Hashtag 2 Bears podcast. But
man, missed an opportunity for nerd history. Could have started the show with Daedra is in jail.
Yeah,
every time Bert misses that podcast.
I kept thinking about doing that, and then you just kept going right over. I'm like, nah, we're not gonna do that.
It. Dang,
I know
that'd have been good
next year.
It's been a hard time for our family. She's
Daedra is in rehab right now. And
horrible jokes, John. It's terrible.
I know. So I like the Netflix thing. I like everything that's happened since they've gotten onto Netflix. I think that's the biggest thing.
Yeah.
But they could have done all of this without the Netflix deal.
True.
To me.
They do need to work out some of their technical glitches, because those are still happening.
Yes.
But we'll get there. For a start of essentially a brand new venture for both of them, this has been going pretty well.
Yeah.
And probably could only get better. Hopefully. Could get worse, I guess.
Yeah, it could get worse.
Could get worse, but hopefully we'll only get better. KO is out.
He's out. He's out.
According to a report from Fightful Select, Kevin Owens is facing a long roadblock to the ring. WWE sources are doubtful that he'll be ready in time for even next year's WrestleMania. Recent reports suggest Owens had already undergone neck surgery, but that has been clarified to not be the case. It has not happened yet. But realistically, this does mean Owen is expected to miss the rest of this year and likely a giant chunk of next year too, which sucks because KO is still entertaining, but that comeback is going to be fantastic. Yeah. I can't wait for it. Yeah. But I'll have to because it's more than a year away.
Yeah. We need to figure out why all these guys are getting neck injuries like this, though, because this is the 4th or 5th one in very recent years.
I feel like it's been going, especially going through those those history of WrestleMania things. It's been going on for a long time.
Yeah.
Like, it's the number one thing, it feels like.
Yeah.
Behind muscle ripping off is just something messed up with your neck.
Yeah, well, we do wish KO a happy and healthy recovery. It'll be interesting to see how they use him in that meantime, because they're going to have to do something with him. They're not just
right. Is he going to just be off, or is he going to come and keep doing?
Yeah, he'll do something. He'll be like a
KO show stuff, or what are we doing?
What if him and Biggie just had their own congruent commentary? It was like an alternative commentary you could listen to.
They could be the Twitch commentary team.
Exactly. That'd be so much fun.
Roast the entire group.
That'd be so much fun. But we do hope that Kevin Owens recovers from that. Hey, yo, this isn't really news. This is just a question. Is Toni Storm indicative of where wrestling is going? And what I mean by that, have you been keeping up with Toni Storm in the last...
Can't say that I have.
Yeah. She's been pretty vulgar lately. And I don't know how to explain it on this podcast.
On our Decent Christian podcast.
Yeah. But she's kept the character, the timeless character that she's had, but she has definitely gone very if Amy Schumer was in DX is the best I can. It's just
what a visual.
Because DX was swallowed. You could manage it, but she's just and her post the post show interviews that she does, and she the things she said. It's just is this what's happening? And even since we've brought Raw to Netflix, we have seen a little more loose with the language restrictions, and we've had Cody Rhodes saying things to The Rock, and they've
been dropping that S-bomb.
Oh, they've been doing it all day. Yeah. They've been doing they've definitely dropped an F word.
I think the only F word was at the pay-per-view.
Okay. But is this indicative of where wrestling is going? And do you think the people want it? We don't want it. I don't think we want.
I don't want a full turn into. I don't mind being a little less PG. I'm okay being a PG-13. I don't want to turn into a hard R situation.
Yeah. A what?
A hard R.
You don't want to. You don't want a hard R.
I don't want a hard R.
Most people don't want you to say a hard R. Matt.
I definitely don't want to hear that. Okay.
I don't think if you got a hard R on Netflix, we got from Cody Rhodes. We are running into some problems.
But
his dad was the first black champion.
But I don't know if I want to be there. I'm not even sure I want to go full Attitude Era again.
No.
I think we're at a pretty decent balance here. I like the fact that when Cody Rhodes did say the F word on Elimination Chamber, that it was such a big shock because that doesn't happen.
Because that doesn't happen.
I don't want it to get to the point where this happens every pay-per-view.
That's fair.
You know what I mean?
That's fair.
So we'll see. Hey, yo. NXT and TNA together for a while. Nice. WWE and TNA Wrestling have officially locked in their partnership in January of this year, opening the door for talent from NXT to appear on TNA shows and vice versa. And at the time, it was confirmed that the two companies had signed a multi-year deal, but we didn't know how long that really was. But now, according to PW Insider, it looks like it is a 3-year deal.
Okay.
NXT and TNA partnerships will take center stage at TNA's Rebellion on April 27th in Los Angeles, California. Several NXT stars are set to appear, including Fatal Influences JC Jane, Jasmine Nix, and Fallon Henley. And on top of that, NXT's Ethan Page will challenge Joe Hendry for the TNA World Championship in a three-way match that also includes Frankie Kazarian. I love it.
Oh, it's going to be great. Is Heath Slater still TNA?
I don't know.
I just need Heath Slater back, y'all.
I would like some Heath baby back in the film.
Yeah, no, I think it's a great partnership. I think it's very slick of WWE to come in under AEW's nose and take TNA off the table, because now all they've got is ROW and ROH and sorry,
Ring of Honor.
Ring of Wrestling. But like, yeah, I think that's a great option. I think that a guy like Joe Hendry is over as all get out, and he's done it without the WWE's help.
Yeah.
How much more over could he get with the WWE's help?
I'm worried about that though, because for just as many stories where they like take someone who's already over and bring him to WWE and make him even more over, there's many where you brought him to the WWE and they got buried,
killed them,
and they did. I kind of don't want Joe Hendry to officially come over to WWE, and I love that this gives us that opportunity of getting him in the WWE without getting him in the WWE.
Oh yeah.
But this has it feels like a new kind of thing, but you know they did this with ECW too. Yeah. Like this was almost the exact kind of thing. They were treating ECW as almost a developmental for wrestlers, but there were some that just might not have ever come to WWE had WWE not just wound up buying them out eventually. I don't know if that's on the table here, eventually WWE buying out TNA. I kind of hope not.
Yeah.
So I think it's a scrappy little promotion. It's been around for a long, long time. I think it has a very devoted fan base, and they're kind of getting into a good era again. Yeah. Which they were kind of slump for a while. So
it's a good thing going on.
Yeah.
Well, hey yo. Lastly, for me, I suppose, AEW has headed to Prime Video.
That's right.
The deal represents a significant evolution in the distribution of AEW's content, making AEW's cutting-edge pay-per-view events, that's a stretch, more accessible than ever to fans through Prime Video. This includes all AEW tentpole events, including Revolution, Dynasty, Double or Nothing, All In, Forbidden Door, All Out, Wrestle Dream, Full Gear, and World's End. And I haven't looked... Like, I don't know if you still have to pay like Prime's stuff where you still have to like rent stuff, I don't know if it's that or if this is just where they're putting their pay-per-views. I don't think it's smart to charge people for pay-per-views anymore.
Right, not at the price that they have to.
No.
Yeah.
Once WWE figured out how to stop doing it, you all had to stop doing it.
Brilliant. Yeah. It was a brilliant move. That's one of the smartest things they've ever done.
Oh, 1,000%.
Yeah, I don't know. It would make sense if it was part of having a Prime membership. You get to watch them.
Yeah.
I would hope that's the case. And that might make me start watching more of them, because I just ain't going to dish out $60-$70 to watch it live.
Not at all.
On a shaky streaming service.
Yeah. Not at all.
Hey, last one for me. Where The Rock at? Even though The Rock played a major role in John Cena's heel turn at Elimination Chamber, he has barely been mentioned in the build-up to Cena's WrestleMania 41 match against Cody Rhodes. Since returning to TV on March 10th, Cena has shared the ring with Rhodes and promo segments across 3 straight weeks, with more in the works, I think. Neither man brought up The Rock until March 31st, and he's still like just barely being mentioned. According to Dave Meltzer in the Wrestling Observer newsletter, WWE has pulled back on The Rock's involvement in the storyline because they don't still know if The Rock will make it to WrestleMania this year.
That's great.
which is kind of a bummer.
It's a great thing to not know.
This close, yeah. Most expect The Rock to show up in some capacity, but WWE is reportedly being cautious and tempering expectations. Hopefully, it's more of we're tempering expectations because we know he's going to be back and play a big role, and we just don't want to give it all away.
Yeah.
I don't know. But
very interested in this new NWO thing.
Huh?
I'm very interested in this new NWO possibility because that's kind of what it seems like they might be moving towards.
I'm not aware of that.
Well, I mean, that's just kind of it seems like the natural progression of like you have the megastar and I mean, at this point you have two megastars and you get a third man and now you have like this faction of
that would be interesting
former baby faces. I mean, it's a former baby face turned heel that's teaming up with a superpower in the business.
Yeah.
It would make...
I'd like that.
It would make a little bit of sense.
Not sure if we'll get that just because The Rock can't always be here, but...
That's true.
It could be the catalyst. That could be the starter. He could be the Eric Bischoff of the situation.
Could be.
Yeah. Who knows? Who would be the other two if that were the case? That's an interesting thought.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it later.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
You don't need to hear that. You're not here for that.
You're here to talk about all 19 hours of WrestleMania 31.
This is including a 3-hour, which is an ungodly length of time for a show that will have no matches. 3-hour pre-show every day.
Okay, that's what I thought. What I had read was an hour and a half each day, but
no, it's 3 hours each day.
Okay,
of pre-show with probably 2 hours of post-show every day.
Yeah.
At least 1 hour, probably.
So we're really only getting 5 hours a day.
So really, it's still about the same as it was last year.
Which is good.
They're just adding more of the extra junk.
I don't know. I'm still in the make WrestleMania one night again.
I don't think we could do that. It'd be a 17-hour day. Because they're not going to go back. They can't go back on the number of matches.
Go back to making it an 8-hour pay-per-view and be done with it. Like
I didn't prefer that.
I did.
But I will now, though.
I liked hanging out with you.
But if we go to that much every of the 2 days, then we're just doing that twice, then I won't be able to handle it. Yeah.
That's way too much.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I guess we're just going to go down the lineup and give our predictions, loose predictions.
Right.
Because they may change.
Because this is, when you're hearing this, it's almost a week before when we recorded it.
Yeah.
So there's still a whole week of TV for us.
Yeah.
That might change some of the stipulations. It might add 1 or 2 matches that we don't know about. Who knows? So we will be giving our updated predictions each day.
Okay.
Probably sometime during the pre-show. We'll put it on our socials at 2wordsLTN so you can see where we're at. We're allowing ourselves the grace to change things even on the second day because, as we saw last year, we knew that the main event ending of the first day would influence our prediction for the second day. So that's what'll happen. So
I'm just going down the list as provided by WrestleZone.com. So WrestleMania 41 Saturday lineup. We have Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins versus CM Punk, who has Paul Heyman in his corner. Mm-hmm. I'm interested in this. I'm interested in it mostly because they just decided, nobody cares about the World Heavyweight Championship match. Let's make this the main. We'll call this one the main event. You're gonna close out the show. But. Because my real question is, why are they doing this match? And part of me is like, why are they doing this match without a championship? And there's a part of me that's like, oh, cool, they're doing it without a championship. They're just doing it.
Yeah, I mean, as we've talked about with all these other WrestleManias now, there's been plenty of main events that have not been for titles that have been bangers, and this could be a great one. All three of these men are kind of at the top of their game lately, and so this could be a absolute banger.
Now, pardon me for forgetting, but who is champion?
Who's champion? Which
champion? One? Who's our champion? The 2 Words podcast champion.
Oh, I think it's back to you. Let me look it up.
Because that indicates how we choose now.
That's right. I forgot. We've established rules.
We've established rules because
I'm the champion.
Radio Matt wins.
No, wait, that's Royal Rumble.
That was Royal Rumble.
That was Royal Rumble.
Which means I probably won.
You're the champion.
I am the champion.
Elimination Chamber.
So, what the rules we've established is, just for anybody watching at home or listening at home that cares, the challenger gets to give their predictions first.
Correct.
Because some of these pay-per-views are like, yeah, these are easy picks.
Yeah, some of them are like 4 matches and 3 of them are obvious.
Yeah. So we're going to give the challenger the option of, or preferential treatment,
Yeah.
I should say. So who in Reigns, Rollins, and CM Punk do you think?
Okay. So this one was actually difficult. I'm choosing CM Punk.
Okay.
Because they're going the whole route of him getting his WrestleMania main event moment. I feel like that's the feel-good win.
Okay.
And I feel like since it's the main event and the way I think the other main event's going to go, it's usually 1 win, 1 loss kind of thing is how they do these, right? Usually. I feel like CM Punk is the feel-good winner. But there is a theory about that the reason they're really hyping this Heyman thing is because Heyman is going to basically leave both of them in the dust and side with Seth Rollins and have him win.
Ooh.
Help him win.
Okay.
And I think that would be a juicy way to end that match.
That would be a really great way to win that match.
A way to shake up both Roman Reigns and CM Punk and set up a bunch of feud nonsense for the next year. It could be pretty good.
That's not a bad option, and that works for me because I picked Seth Rollins.
Did you really? Okay.
And because I think it sets up Roman and Punk in a way that they can challenge each other, and it sort of makes a little bit more sense.
Sure.
So I'm gonna take Rollins in that match.
All right, that's a good choice. Gosh, I feel like I might have lost just there.
You did, but now I have an interesting theory about this one. But the World Heavyweight Championship match, Gunther versus Jey Uso, the Royal Rumble winner, Jey Uso, and we've seen some really dark stuff the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
So what are you thinking?
I think I know where you're getting at, but I'm still gonna go for Uso, and here's why.
Okay.
Number one, he's already had 2 major losses to Gunther,
Okay.
and so we're going with the gotta win the third one trope. This is the biggest chance they have right now to get Jey Uso having that big win at WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm.
If he doesn't get it this year, I don't think he gets another shot.
Okay.
Because they keep trying to pull the main event thing, but they also keep wanting to get him back with his brother because they're one of the greatest tag teams of all time.
Yeah.
It's hard to keep them apart for long.
Yeah.
This is the shot. And I really, really think WWE wants a shot of Jey Uso holding up that title and 70,000 fans yeeting.
Oh yeah, that's a really great shot. Yeah, I'll take Gunther, but I will say that originally I was going to pick Jey Uso because there is a theory that Jey Uso is the third man.
Oh, that's fun.
And if he wins, that now we've got this NWO-esque with all of the gold. So
I see.
That's an interesting. I don't
you
know
can still
that it
pick
works
Uso,
that way.
by the way. You don't have to pick. Not we often have 2 of the same.
Okay, I'm picking Uso. Then.
All right,
I'm gonna pick Uso in that match because I think Uso's gonna win. I think Uso's gonna win for several reasons, but I think that's one of them. WWE Women's Championship. Tiffany Stratton.
Tibbity.
Jimothy. Can I call you Jimothy? Tiffany Stratton, who's the current women's champion, versus Charlotte Flair. And I don't think anybody's wondering who's going to win this match.
Yeah, it's
I don't think
Flair. They're doing with Flair what they've done with Roman that first go around. Just keep putting the belt on her, hoping that people like it. Like they were going to have her be a face when she came back, and immediately everyone hated her. And so like, okay, well, guess you're a heel.
Yep.
And we've had Charlotte Flair for so long, and she's been gone for long stretches. And it's been wonderful. But then when she comes back, it feels like she never left.
We're
in a bad
immediately
way.
tired of her. Yeah.
It's, the last 3 times she has come back, it's like, why are you here?
Yeah.
I don't want her as champion. I don't want her on the mic. I don't want her cutting a promo. I don't want her music to hit anymore. I'm just...
She is not it.
She's not,
for me.
And they're pushing it.
Especially compared to the rest of the women's division.
Exactly.
It doesn't make any sense. So I think we're both picking Flair, right?
Yeah.
Okay. WWE United States Championship, LA Knight, who's the current champion, versus Jacob Fatu. Now, this is an interesting one.
It's going to be a fun one.
It's going to be a real fun one.
Do you know Fatu is like a Christian? Have you gone to Fatu's... Twitter page?
No.
Full of Bible verses, prayers, just messages from him.
One of my favorite...
It's surreal.
Yeah, that's awesome. My favorite thing is like looking at Jacob Fatu in the ring, being who he is in the ring, and then like somebody posts a TikTok video of him and he's like helping Lex Luger load his bags into it. It's like, here you go, man. Or he takes a video of the boogeyman and he's like getting all giddy and stuff.
I knew nothing about Jacob Fatu before he came. I knew he was a big deal elsewhere. I just didn't know his story. Yeah. But he's great.
Yeah.
And that's why I think he's winning.
Yeah, fantastic.
He's being pushed hard on TV right now, above Solo Sikoa.
Okay.
I think this is time to give his boasting some WWE credentials. Give him an undercard title.
I think it's great.
Though, I do think there's a possibility that all the tension with him and Solo boils over and Solo comes and costs him the match, and we see the end of that version of the bloodline.
Could be.
I don't know for sure. But I hope that Fatu wins. That's what I'm going to say.
And because of that, I'm going to take LA Knight just because I want to keep seeing more LA Knight.
As equally as possible.
Yeah, I want to keep seeing LA Knight. I want to see more of LA Knight.
He's doing so good, too.
Yeah, he's fantastic.
I love him as a champion.
He's fantastic.
I would love to see him as a world champion.
Oh, he better be.
At
someday.
Some point.
Ooh,
Yeah. Could you knock that off?
All right, I can try. I am not a fish, so...
I have the ability to stop them. It's my superpower. Have I told you about this before?
No.
I literally have a superpower that at least 9 times out of 10, every now and then you get those death hiccups that you just can't stop no matter what. But normal hiccups, all I have to do is stop, and I can like focus on the muscles in my throat and stop myself immediately. And it bugs Jonathan, my middle son.
Yeah.
No end, because every time he gets hiccups, he starts losing his mind, begging me to tell him the secret of stopping them. And I'm like, it's just something you got to learn, man. I can't tell you. I can't tell you.
I heard one time that you just have to remind yourself that you're not a fish, and it works. And I don't know why it works. But just so every time I get the hiccups, I just go, I'm not a fish.
I'm not a fish.
I am not a fish. And I stop hiccuping.
That's funny.
WWE Tag Team titles, the War Raiders versus the New Day.
I'm so excited for this one.
This
I have not been this excited for a New Day match in forever.
Yeah, it's been a while.
And they're going to win. They have to. War Raiders aren't doing anything with the titles right now. New Day is pushing this whole new bad guy New Day thing. They also need credentials for their new personas. They need the ability to be cocky and still say, and this proves it because we're the champs.
Yeah.
I need another new... I never thought I'd be asking for it. I need another New Day title run.
Fair enough.
At least one.
I think that this is... Yeah, I think that this is going to be... sort of the jumping off point for the New Day. So yeah, I'm going to take New Day.
And I don't think it's going to be a long run.
No.
I'll be honest.
No,
I don't think the heel New Day has as much legs as they're expecting it to have, but I do think it has a short amount of time where it can be really good.
Yeah.
And this is it. If they screw this up, they don't give them the title, I don't think anyone cares about heel New Day anymore.
Yeah. Naomi versus Jade Cargill.
I'm leaning Cargill just because she's still kind of the new blood, and they're putting the heavy. But
I don't know. I kind of like Naomi. In this match.
Want Naomi to win.
Yeah,
but I'll let you take Naomi. I'll take Cargill.
Okay.
I think it's an equal chance.
Yeah,
I could care less about Naomi for almost the entirety of her existence so far. Yeah. I really like this kind of villain turn Naomi. I'm into it. Yeah. Digging it.
Fantastic. And then the last match of the night, Rey Mysterio versus El Grande Americano.
This has been my favorite bit on wrestling right now. I love it. I love when they do this kind of stuff. It's so rare, but when they do it, it's so much fun. The storyline is still fresh and getting better. I think El Grande Americano wins.
Yeah.
And I really, really hope that this ends with him actually proving it wasn't Chad Gable all along at the end of the story.
Yeah.
Like, I want it to be a swerve of swerves.
Oh, that'd be
great.
great.
All of us knew it was Chad Gable, and then suddenly, no, it's this guy we've never seen before. This is El Grande. He's real.
That'd be fantastic. Yeah, I'm going to take Rey Mysterio in this. I don't think that...
what? Come
on, we're going to take the mask. It's just, I think it's Rey Mysterio.
Yeah, they're probably going to take the mask off. But it's so fresh in the storyline. I don't want it to end yet. Let it end at Backlash or whatever. Just give us a little bit more time.
Sunday's lineup, the WWE Undisputed Championship, to be Cody Rhodes versus John...
Let's save that for last. Let's talk about that last.
We can talk about that last. Women's World Championship, Io Sky versus Bianca Belair versus Rhea Ripley. And I'm about to get... Rhea Ripley's about to turn into a Charlotte Flair for me. Like... I don't get it. She's talented. I just don't get it.
I get it, but I couldn't tell you what I get. I honestly think Io's going to win again. I think she's going to retain. I think they're going to play this whole Rhea Ripley and Bianca Belair is too focused on each other, and they're going to wind up losing it for each other. I think Io's going to win because they're too focused on themselves.
Yeah, I think it's Rhea Ripley in that match. I think, again, we're turning into this weird Charlotte Flair thing where every time she comes back and challenges for a championship, but she gets it. So.
Bianca also... Like, she had a brief side adventure with the tag titles, but
that's true.
She was also handed the title quite a few times.
And she has been. So who knows?
Could be anyone.
WWE Intercontinental Championship is going to be Braun Breaker versus Penta versus Finn Balor versus Dominik Mysterio.
This is hard.
It just, the names just kept getting worse as I started off great and then just progressively is like, man, I really don't want to.
All right.
Go ahead. I think Penta's getting a push.
I think Penta's getting a push, but I don't think he's winning. I think they're going to... I think they're going to break up the New Day here.
Okay.
Now, most people think it's going to be Dominik Mysterio.
You mean Judgment Day?
What did I say?
You said New Day.
I did. I'm sorry. Judgment Day.
2 different days.
They're going to... So many days. I think they're going to break up the Judgment Day here. A lot of people are saying that they think Mysterio is going to turn his back on Finn because that's kind of been what the tease has been.
Yeah.
I think that's a misdirection. I think Balor is going to turn on Mysterio.
Okay.
And it's based on one singular stupid thing. For the last couple months, in nearly every one of the backstage shots of the Judgment Day, somewhere in the corner, hovering over something, is a red box with the Demon Finn logo on it.
Okay.
And I'm thinking that's just been their subtle nod that Balor's about to lose his mind.
Fair enough.
And I'm thinking this is where it happens. I'm saying Balor wins. It might just end up that he costs the both of them that match. or something. But I'm going to say Balor wins just because I think it would be a great way to push that, as not only is he winning, but he's winning and then leaving the Judgment Day in shambles.
I think Breaker's going to win. I think he's crap hot right now.
He's hot snakes right now.
He's hot snakes right now. And I mean the spear that he delivered was.
Mm-hmm. I don't hate Braun Breaker winning at all.
Yeah.
I love Braun Breaker currently. I think he's fun.
I think Braun Breaker. I'm kind of leaning towards maybe Penta.
Penta, it would be good for him early on to get a title run, but I think it might be too early.
Yeah, I think it's
because he's still pretty popular. I don't think he needs a title yet.
Yeah,
I think we'll reach a point where if he doesn't get a title, fans are going to start getting mad.
Yeah,
but I've been very impressed with Penta.
Yeah. Moving on to women's tag team championships. Who cares? Moving on to I'm sorry.
Is that even on here?
It is. It's Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez versus Bayley and Lyra Valkyria. I don't see Bayley and Valkyria taking it off of my.
That is also my pick. I think Morgan and whatever. I have it listed as Judgment Day. So
here's the thing: if Finn Balor and Dominik implode, then that changes my.
Does it?
It does.
I don't think so, because those two are still a tag team. Those two are still together.
I'm gonna take Liv and Raquel as well.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. Only because, not that Bayley and Lyra wouldn't be fun.
Yeah,
and there's still a decent possibility they'll do it. But the reason I'm choosing Judgment Day is I just don't think they want to put two titles on Valkyria right now.
Yeah,
I think they want her to focus on the NXT Intercontinental.
That's true. This is great. A Sin City street fight.
What does that mean?
You have to. You ever play quarters where you have to hit the knuckles with quarters? It's that, except it's poker chips.
I was just setting you up to say it's a no DQ match.
It's no disqualification match.
They're all no DQ matches.
They're all just no DQ matches. Drew McIntyre versus Damien Priest. Yeah. I'm excited for this match.
It's going to be fun. I don't really care who wins. I'll preface that. But I think because there's no title, McIntyre's going to win.
See, and I think Priest is going to win.
Yeah?
I think that this is a great way to push Priest.
I think McIntyre is overdue for
another push.
Not necessarily a push, but just a statement victory.
That's fair. That's fair.
So that's good. Another thing that we differ on.
Now this one's going to be a really good match. Styles versus Logan Paul.
It's going to be great. Oh. This is probably the one I wrestled with the most.
Nice. Can't see what you did.
I'm saying AJ, and it is 100% wishful thinking.
Yeah.
Because AJ is the phenomenal one for a reason. He's a great, great wrestler. Always puts on amazing matches, but he's also been like the whipping boy lately.
Yeah.
He's the one that they call, well, AJ Styles is not doing anything spectacular in the next year, so let's put him in a feud with X. Let him be all vibrato and
be all done.
And then lose, ultimately. And it's a bummer to me because AJ Styles is great. He's turning into the new Dolph Ziggler at this point. I want him to win. I want him to have at least one more.
Yeah.
And Logan has had enough big pay-per-view wins in a row, or at least
I think
made to look strong.
I think he has. But I think that this is the first match that he could have where it's like, oh, this is going to solidify him as an actual wrestler, where he's wrestling an actual wrestler. So I'd take Paul in this pretty easily.
Probably. I'm gonna stick with my guns
because
say AJ.
and mostly because you're right. AJ Styles has become the new Dolph Ziggler.
Just trying to will it into existence.
Yeah, maybe. All right, and there's going to be some other matches probably.
Maybe.
There's probably going to be an Orton match somewhere in there, but...
Yeah, I don't know.
We'll talk about that some other time. But we've
Orton
come
versus KO would have been great.
It would have been great.
I'm so sad that we're not going to get that now.
The undisputed WWE Championship, Cody Rhodes versus new heel John Cena, who is I said it. I was wrong about heel John Cena. I didn't like it.
The night that it was going, he texted me saying, "I'm not certain I'm 100% behind heel John Cena."
And then he did that first one in Brussels.
That first promo, yeah.
And that kid,
especially that kid right there in particular.
I think the best part of that was like, oh, you wanted me to come out with a new theme and you wanted me to come out with a new look, but you don't deserve it.
Yeah.
I was like, that's really, really good.
And then the next one where he's like, I want to destroy wrestling for you.
Yeah.
Like, I love, gosh, it's so good.
And I think, yeah. So, I mean,
I feel like you and I are in agreement on this.
I think, yeah.
Cena has to win. Cena must win.
I think it's going to be that. And I think that everything that ensues is going to be him dismantling sort of what all's gone on.
Yeah.
In a very fun way.
Oh, man. I'm peeing myself right now. It's so exciting. I have no idea where it's going to go, but it's going to go places.
It's going somewhere.
I'm so excited for it. John Cena has to win. Yeah. There is no scenario where John Cena doesn't win, and it's a good thing.
Yeah.
He has to win. He has to win at full heel, and it almost might be spoiled for us.
Yeah.
That is going to be the case, because being John Cena's farewell tour, we have often gotten notice well in advance when he's scheduled to appear at places.
Yeah.
And so we already know that between he's going to be on the Raw after Mania and the SmackDown after Mania, and he's going to be at like 7 more nights over the course of the next few months. So he's going to be around a lot. Which tells me he's got a reason to be around. Because otherwise, just like Cody Rhodes said in the promo recently, was, he expects John to lose and then say goodbye and leave.
Yeah.
And frankly, if he doesn't win, why would he say? What's the point? If he's playing for the rest of this year, then
he's got to have the title.
It makes sense that he has the title at least until SummerSlam.
Yeah.
Maybe Survivor Series. But I would say SummerSlam, again, and I think we've talked about this. I don't know if we talked about it on the podcast or not, but I think it makes sense that SummerSlam be the place that he loses the title.
Yeah.
Because this is the year that they're doing the first 2-night SummerSlam. Oh, so they're going to want to make that the biggest that they can, the biggest SummerSlam ever. And so having Cody or whoever else, probably Cody though, come back and regain the title from heel John Cena, that would be ideal. And then let John Cena have the couple more months to come out and apologize and realize he was wrong.
Wrestle a couple people he needs to still wrestle.
Yeah. Do a couple more just matches for the fans and then say goodbye. That would be ideal in my mind.
Well, I'm looking forward to it. It's a good card. I don't know that it's going to be as good as last year, but that's fine. We're not going to do that.
Nothing's going to be as good as 40 for a long time.
We're not going to do that. So
we get 75% as good as 40.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be happy as a clam.
I'm good with that. But that's kind of it for our predictions. And if there are more coming down the pipe, we will be in communicado with each other. And
we'll definitely have, again, like we said, we'll have our finalized predictions in a graphic form each day coming out on our socials at 2 words LTN on Facebook and Twitter.
Go like, follow, subscribe.
Let's go over there and check those out.
But other than that, it's good to be back. And hopefully pretty soon we will be back with more episodes next season.
Our goal is still next season, right? To come back after the next break. So hopefully you should see us again on a regular basis starting in August.
Dope.
So just in time for that SummerSlam.
Yeah, it'll be great. It'll be fantastic. But until then, you can check us out at 2WordsLTN, or you can just go to LTN.com and check out all of the great podcasts that they have over there. Check out that we just did a week of nerd history that covers all of WrestleManias. Anything else?
There is a pro wrestling resource list now on lovethynerd.com. Go to lovethynerd.com/wrestling.
And I had nothing to do with it, so it's probably good.
Oh, it's beautiful, John. It's every article, every podcast that has to do with wrestling.
That is it, yes.
And we have, it's really great for 2 words because we have been able to separate all our podcasts out by style of show.
Nice.
Like we have a whole WrestleMania go home section. Nice. We have our superstar spotlights. We have our top lists. We have our theories on the industry. It's very well laid out, so you can find out what you want to see. All our videos, couple wrestling things from other shows, like Faith and Fandom has interviewed a few indie wrestlers since joining the podcast network. Defunct Podcasts had a few episodes about wrestling. but there's a whole lot more content that you would expect than you would expect. And so
go check all that out. In the meantime, do all of that, and we will be back hopefully soon to bless your ears with that audible chocolate that is the 2 Words Podcast. But until then, my name's John. His name's Matt. If you're not down with that, we got 2 words for you.
Goodbye.